Hello everybody, welcome back to the podcast. For today's guest, we have Hans Niemann. Please welcome in. Can you come sit in the middle now, please? For today's co-host, we have my manager, Var Flooring. Welcome in, Var Flooring.
Var Florin. Could you explain the meaning of that name?
Can you explain the meaning of your name?
But Var Florin sounds like a nickname.
That's his legal name, Viral Flooring.
Viral?
Flooring. You grew up in America. You shouldn't talk like it's your third language.
Viral Flooring. No, but you have a bit of an accent.
Viral? Like, you know how things go viral?
Yeah, that's his legal name.
Yeah, he makes things go viral.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly floors. He makes floors go viral, and then the floors explode because they're so viral. Is the
floor gonna explode?
No, they explode on TikTok. They get millions of views, and then the floor explodes.
Okay, I understand.
So can you please pull the mic close to you and then introduce yourself to anybody who might not know you and all that one?
I'm Hans Niemann. I'm a chess grandmaster. I'm the number 12th ranked chess player in the world. I have been the U.S. junior chess champion. I've been the national chess champion for the high school. And I had a Netflix documentary come out, which is probably what most people have seen me in.
What do most people know you from, though, obviously?
Mainly from chess. I defeated the world champion when I was 19 years old. And Elon Musk made some jokes about it.
Can you hand him his little toy ball? He missed the shot so bad it fell off the table.
I actually used to teach chess to children in school. So I acquired an amazing degree of patience, which I think will be useful for this podcast.
You acquired a degree of patience?
Yeah. That's
like a metaphorical thing, though.
By spending a lot of time with children.
Okay. Are you trying to call us children? I feel like you're only a couple years older than me, but...
No. No, I think it's just an important thing in life to have patience.
Yes. Would you rather have $1 million or 1 million frogs, each worth $10 million, that you can only sell in 1 million years?
I would want the frogs because I could take a loan out against the frogs and take cash out of the value.
Why would they give you a loan with cash on the value if they can only sell it in 1 million years too? Because
there's still some relative value.
But the relative value is very low.
I like frogs.
Okay, so I didn't say you couldn't use them for other things. I just said that you couldn't sell them.
So you said 10 million frogs?
1 million frogs, each worth $10 million. In total, you'll have $10 trillion.
I'll send those frogs to war.
Everyone that dies, you now lose $10 million.
I lose a frog, not $10 million.
$10 million because they're each worth $10 million.
In 1 million years.
Does shoving anal beads up your ass to cheat in chess make you gay?
If someone did that, it might probably mean that.
You're kind of snitching on yourself here then.
I think you'd have to ask Elon Musk.
Why would I ask him?
Because he's the one who made the joke, which started everything. But
I think it was some random commenter on Twitch who made
it. It was a random comment.
Joke with like some of these in between them because it's really a joke.
Well, that was something that the news took seriously. It was never a serious accusation.
But I saw this video where they scan you with the metal detector and they really checked your ass.
Yeah, that was quite weird from the organizers.
Clearly they took it seriously. It wasn't really just a joke.
No, they scanned everyone. Like you turn around.
No, but specifically they scanned your ass.
No, they scan all of your body from behind. They did that. They do that in every tournament that you play. And it was just that clip out of context looked like that. But
no, it wasn't out of context.
I can show you other clips of them doing that to everyone. But
with you,
what's your chess rating, Matan? I'm curious.
Well, I actually used to play on the computer. I had 4,000, but I wasn't taking it
4,000?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't
divided by 2, you mean? Or divided by 3?
No, 4,000. I mean, last time I played, because the ranking system didn't make sense.
You had 4,000 anal beads?
No, 4,000 ELO. And it didn't make sense because they wouldn't give me players at my level. They gave me a guy 3,000 and he sucked. So I kind of stopped playing.
I'm a bit higher than 3,000.
You must be way higher because I was 4,000.
I was number one. I was number one in the world online. But
you mean the computer was number one in the world online?
No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately,
no. Yes, it was.
It's my brain.
Yeah, we're fucking right.
I'm glad that we're on an intellectual path.
In relevance to what I just said, though, what's the problem with cheating in chess? Isn't it a game about being smart?
Yeah, I mean, at the highest level, I wouldn't say there's a lot of cheating. It's certainly an intellectual battle.
But some people are able to get past.
In the highest level tournaments, there's a lot of security. So, as you said with the scanning, there's cameras, for example, when you watch the game live,
Okay.
you're seeing it on a 30-minute delay. So when you're watching it, a lot of the relay of the moves are not being
But is it
publicly
really
shown.
wrong to do it? I get that you're saying it's hard to do
I
it, but
mean,
is it-
obviously, yes.
but it's a
very-
game about being smart.
Well, I mean, conditioning and training yourself is a aspect of any sport.
But it would be very smart if somebody was able to cut their hand open and insert some, maybe like a piece of metal.
Well,
Somebody presses.
if someone did that, they would be scanned and caught.
It's under their skin.
But the scanners that they use two different types of scanners that scan for frequencies, and there's a, so
Okay,
for-
but let's say they scan somebody's skin and it goes.
I mean,
beep.
they
What are
have
they gonna do? They're gonna rip their skin open.
I mean, I would say that
What if the guy
The
just claims he
risk-
broke his hand and he had to have
no,
metal?
I think that the thing is when it comes to sort of over the board chess, which
Maybe
is,
you could use my idea here, actually.
I've done pretty well on my own, so I think I'll be okay.
And what's your most racially controversial political take?
I love Mexican food.
That's not super controversial. I'm just looking for something racial. Something nasty.
I'm gonna get back to you on that one. I'm gonna.
No, I like that
what
one
is yours?
because
What
it's a
is what
big
is yours? What is yours?
Well, I'm the interviewer. You're the guy being interviewed.
But could you maybe give me some inspiration?
After you.
I just, I've been all over the world. I've been to, I've had the opportunity to travel to like maybe 60 different countries, and I think the world.
I have one, actually.
Okay.
Despite what the people around me say and what my friends' opinions are, I actually do think black people should be allowed to use a public restroom.
I'm sorry. But everyone's allowed to use public restroom.
I think they should be allowed, despite what my friends think.
The friends here.
Whatever you want to infer from that.
Well, personally, I find public restrooms disgusting. So,
So send the blacks to them.
No, I think that we
Double
should
kill.
make public restrooms. I think we should make it so you have to pay for public restrooms. In Europe, they have a thing where you pay like €1 or €2, and it keeps them. I
So
think
the homeless people, they just shit on the street?
in New York, yeah, you have a lot of that. Yeah.
No, in Europe.
In Europe, there's a bit more.
So
they're
where
a
do
bit
they
more
go?
communist and socialist, so there are less homeless people.
Okay.
You can go into politics if you'd like, if you want to skip.
We can go into politics?
Yeah, well-
Maybe later. I mean, I just asked you your most racially controversial take and you didn't want to go into it, so you don't really seem like you're super interested in politics.
Yeah, the thing, my most. Nothing comes to mind. I'm sorry. to
That's a
disappoint.
lie. If you've been all around
What
the
about?
world,
I'm sorry. What about me? What about that's known about me publicly or things I've done? Like makes you think that I have such a voracious.
everybody does.
Everybody does.
Everybody
Is this
does.
Did you ask George Santos this question?
I don't think so. Why him specifically?
He's a politician. Don't you think that he would be more inclined to have a?
He'd be more inclined to lie because he's a politician.
That
so I'll
I
never
agree
get a
with.
real
That-
answer from him.
That's true.
You're not a politician, you're a chess.
Not yet. Not yet.
I don't think that would go well for you, but I guess if you're like trying to go down that path to not have any bad clips resurface, I guess this is a good way to answer.
Yeah. Well.
Do you think the stress from playing chess is the reason your hair is falling out?
That's an amazing question. I've thought about this.
Because you have an unbelievable hairline for your age.
Yeah, I can see the beginnings for that as well. for you too.
No, look at this. It doesn't even start anywhere.
Yeah. How old are you? 18?
I'm 18, but when you were 18, I saw the beginnings of
No, the reason why I would say that my hair grows quite quickly.
it. Okay.
But yeah, I did have a very
Not quickly enough.
I mean, I shaved my head completely bald. Not like a military buzz cut last January, and this has grown back in the span of 3 months. So it's certainly growing.
But it's not growing back right here.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
over
I
level
agree.
eight.
I agree. But thankfully, I looks max in other ways.
I don't think so.
I think I height monk you for sure. Shall we?
Did you
show?
get the implants to your legs or no?
No, but should we stand up?
But then you're not look maxing. You're just.
The most important person that I height monk is Hikaru and Magnus. That's all I really care about.
But they have a lot more money and prestige than you, so it doesn't make up
prestige,
for it.
yes, but money, no.
You look Jewish. Am I wrong?
My background is very diverse.
Some Jewish in there?
I would say that religion is a
Seems like a Jewish
spectrum.
answer.
It's a spectrum.
Not that's well.
Your belief in God is between you and God. Are you Jewish? Matan is a very Jewish name.
No, it's not. It's actually German because of how the names work in the lineage of it. Yeah.
You don't look German.
Well, that's a problem, I guess, with not my genetics. My genetics should make me look German. It's unfortunate you don't think so. Okay, we'll follow up on that because you brought up Magnus. Do you think you could legitimately beat Magnus Carlsen in chess if his brain, fingers, eyes, and ears were removed?
I've beaten him so many times under normal
Legitimately.
circumstances. I understand that you can make these jokes, but to the viewer who's not aware, should be aware of the context that.
Well, a lot of my viewers probably don't watch chess, so if
they might, maybe this is a Netflix documentary, maybe they heard of the scandal.
Did you just speak English? What the hell did you just say? You said blah 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 blah.
Either they've watched the Netflix documentary,
okay,
so perhaps they have some context, or they read the news about the scandal, or they saw, chess YouTube videos are quite popular. There's Gotham Chess. Other people might watch him. But according, to the official chess federation, according to the chess mafia, I've been innocent. So,
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
No. Well, I mean, listen, they came up with it too late. You had way more than enough time to take whatever out of your ass there was in there.
Yeah.
And you are smart enough to not try that method again.
But the thing is, it's not a very serious. Sorry?
Joe Mama.
Joe Mama.
He fucking got you.
You are quite the intellectual. It's
hard to believe that you beat Magnus Carlsen in chess when you just got Joe Mama by a guy with an IQ of about 48.
I think 48 is flattering.
Okay, well, that just hurts your case more.
I just, honestly, such jokes, weren't really in my, I just couldn't have expected such a joke. Do you have security or? Oh God.
That's my own manager. What would the security do? They would defend him. He was the one paying their bills.
Have you ever thought about a new manager?
It's not allowed. I'm not allowed to get into that. Anyways, you never answered my question. About Magnus, if he had no ears, no eyes, no brain.
Well, the thing is that I beat him so many times.
Legitimately. We don't have to go over it again.
Yeah. I mean, according to the official record, yeah, every one run was legitimate. It's like if if Tom Brady came here and you said that he didn't win legitimately, or another, I guess him Deflategate. Okay, maybe you could make those jokes with him.
You actually used the worst.
You're right. Ever. He's the first. He only came to mind.
You must be a cheater.
Unfortunately not.
Now it's interesting because a lot of the great chess players. Now, while they're
when you watched Netflix documentary, was that your conclusion?
That you cheated?
What? Because if you
my conclusion about what?
Because if you look at the Netflix documentary, you said you watched it. If you look at the two chess.com CEOs, they both admit that there was no evidence and that I won the game fair and square. And those are people who have a serious financial incentive to say that I was not, to not proclaim my innocence. And also Magnus in the documentary also said that I was completely innocent. So I understand.
Say he put it like that.
No, I would.
He was a little less clear about it. They proclaimed your
innocence.
innocence.
No. Here's the thing.
He did not.
When you make, the thing is that you're a young guy. You're 18 years old. When this happened to me, I was 19 years old.
Yes.
And it's important. I understand comedy, but it's also important to have some tact and empathy over things that can destroy people's lives. Because there are jokes that you can make that can be in jest, but certain things, they really tried to ruin my life over something that was false. So
well, I feel like if you're offended by what I'm saying, even
No,
if
no,
I am
I'm not-
joking,
I'm
that's
not-
more of a you issue for coming on this show.
I'm not offended. I'm just trying to give context to the viewers. But you can, it's okay.
Well, listen, it's just hard for me to think about it because they did also say you cheated in 150 games.
So that's not, so they released a report which is contradicted in their own report. One of the leading.
Well, it doesn't matter because if you're saying that they're the
but-
people with the proof,
No. So
then you can use them
Yeah,
for
so-
one
so
thing
he-
and not the
I'll
other.
g-
It's either they're correct or not.
No, I'm more so saying that in that specific report, if you look at the timing of the report, they only went public about this report, which is false. The majority of it is false. And
Their
you should
report
also
is false.
yes, it's completely
Okay, so
defamatory.
then why would I take you seriously? You only get to take them seriously
No.
when they agree
yeah,
with you?
but don't you think that if they said that I was innocent in that game, and if
I'm
they're
happy
saying that
to
in support,
disregard them saying you cheated in 150 games if you'll also disregard what you like when they say it.
it's not about that. It's that the fact that they, in their report, in the documentary, they said that they wanted so badly for it to be true, and they knew it wasn't. That
No,
they have
they said,
but they have no
said
reason.
everybody wanted
but
it to
that,
be true. You're mixing the words a little
in
bit.
that specific case, they have no incentive to lie, because they're.
Well, did they say that
do-
you didn't cheat before or after you sued them for $100 million?
They released the chess.com report shortly before I filed the lawsuit. But one important thing about that report is those accusations, to clarify, are on online games. And in the report, they claim that I admitted to all those things, yet they show no documented admission. And I've
Oh,
discussed
so you're saying you didn't even admit it?
to those.
You never even cheated in online chess?
No, when I was 12 years old, there was the only instance that I've ever cheated in a online chess event. And let's separate. Online chess is not rated, not ranked. It's not a part of the official chess. I was 12 years old. It's like, and the other instances were not in games with
I
any
feel like
money
you've
on the
been going
line.
on for about 4 minutes now and you haven't even got to the beginning of what would seem like the conclusion.
No, I mean, the entire thing is very nuanced and there's a lot of backstory. I mean, that's why, the Netflix documentary is an hour and 50 minutes long and there's a lot of different, aspects of it. But the main summary is that you have to understand the timing of when I beat Magnus. It's been unequivocally agreed upon between all top players that, that game was legitimate. There was nothing suspicious. Many, many top players have given interviews in support of me. Even my greatest detractor
Well,
said
is
I
it
was innocent.
technically illegitimate to put shit in your ass and then have it little beep 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 to let you know where to move? Because if that's legitimate, then me and the top
But
players
that
agree.
never happened. And there's never proof. That was never a serious accusation. Like that was, all the media talked about it, but it was never. I mean, if anyone actually thought that was a
I
serious
know
thing,
that
it's
the serious
intellectual.
people didn't actually accuse you of that. I just like to believe that that's what happened.
If you are, I mean, I guess that's just people are just obsessed with bees. I think that's a reflection or projection of their personal.
I think that's a
preferences.
great argument. I think you could say that the first guy who suggested it was obsessed.
I would say
Everybody else just liked the idea of it.
I think it, in the idea, it's a crazy story that could be, that I understand is humorous. But the whole concept of people actually believing it is honestly quite stupid. Anyone who actually believes that that happened, I question their intellect.
Are you calling them stupid or smart? You're saying
Stupid.
you question their intellect. That could actually be a good thing. You question how they're so intellectual.
I mean, the way I used it sort of had a negative connotation.
Oh, I don't understand connotation, so we'll move on.
Do you plan on going to college, Matan?
No,
Did you finish high school?
no.
Did you drop out or
Effectively, yes.
at what year?
I forget what it's called. The second year of high school, I was 15.
So your sophomore year.
Yes.
And is that in some places it's legal or not legal? Did you take a GED or did you graduate or
I did online school.
online school? Okay.
But I didn't even complete it. I just said I was going to do online school.
Yeah.
We'll move on. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Chubbies. If you're getting tired of your usual shorts or swimwear, then Chubbies is probably perfect for you. I can tell you from my own personal experience that I've been really enjoying it because it's extremely comfortable. For example, their original stretch shorts are made in 4, 5.5, and 7-inch inseams, and they're made to be extremely flexible. You can also pair the original stretch shorts with Chubbies' line of Friday shirts. They're made with ultra soft, light, and breathable fabrics, so you'll have a great time wearing them. To give you a little bit more detail and a little bit more insight into my personal experience, I really love their original stretch shorts, as I mentioned earlier, because they're super comfortable. They come in 3 different sizes in the elastic waistband. I also love the Friday shirts that I just mentioned because they're super lightweight and comfortable as well. Whether you're getting dressed for a workout, a work day, or a weekend getaway, Chubbies has you covered. For a limited time, they're giving viewers of this show 20% off if you use my code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, at chubbyshorts.com. That's my code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get 20% off for a limited time at chubbyshorts.com. Support the show and tell them I sent you. Don't blend in with the crowd, stand out with Chubbies. Thank you to Chubbies for sponsoring today's episode. If chess is similar to fighting in the sense that the more people you're versing, the harder it gets, how many retards could you beat at once?
In one game or simultaneous games?
One game.
If they're, if they're all stupid, yeah, an unlimited amount if it's only one game.
But
usually when you say that in chess, you mean like a simultaneous except you play 10 people at once, so like you have 10 boards in a circle.
No, I mean like there's, let's say, 1,000 retards all trying
I
to...
think
collective
never equals genius.
Is it actually going to help them or get lower? Because in a fight, it will help them. That's what I'm saying. Let's say you get a UFC fighter and you give them 50 retards, they're going to have a tough time beating them.
Yeah, and retards are pretty crazy, so I could imagine that they're even harder to fight because they...
That's what I'm saying.
They have
so
no
in chess,
concept.
if it's the same logic, the more people you verse at once, the harder it gets.
But it's an intellectual game, so there's no physical advantage. I think.
Okay, well, if you were versing 100 normal people, it would be harder than one normal person in chess.
I don't think it'd make a difference.
I think it would make a difference because one guy would obviously just have less ideas going on about the game than you.
If it's a normal person who doesn't have experience with chess, I don't think it'd make a difference.
One normal
person. For example,
person
I could play you at chess completely, blindfolded, and I'm the underwater world chess champion.
And what does that mean?
So
you're able to hold your breath the longest?
No, so we play chess underwater, and the board's underwater, and you have to dive. You make your move, and then you play chess underwater. Are
you the champion of that because nobody else is willing to do it?
No, I actually beat the number 2 player in the world.
Who is that?
Fabiano Caruana.
Okay.
So yeah, you can actually refer to me as underwater world champion if you'd like.
And you can refer to me as the champion of blacks, but you won't do it.
Why are you the champion of blacks?
Because why, do I have to explain it to you?
Oh, I'd love to.
I don't think I have to explain it. I think I would like you to just regard me as that.
But I need some context.
No, you don't. Do you think those square watermelons taste normal or like square?
I actually had the best watermelon in Kazakhstan in a city called Uralsk.
That has nothing to do with what I just asked you.
Perhaps I have more of an interpretive understanding.
Have you seen those square watermelons on Instagram?
Yeah.
Do you think
square? No, I haven't.
Okay, well, those are square watermelons. Do you think they taste normal or like square?
I don't know. I think watermelon and Kool-Aid would be nice.
That's a black joke, but that still doesn't have that much to do with what I asked you.
I'd have to try it.
A cowboy rides into town on Friday, stays 2 days, and leaves on Wednesday. How is this possible?
I think such intellectual questions are beyond my comprehension. I think
it's a riddle. It's barely a question.
I should stick to chess.
You don't have an answer for me?
Honestly, no.
Think about it. I'll read it again.
I'm speechless.
A cowboy rides into town on Friday, stays 2 days, and leaves on Wednesday. How is this possible?
I have no idea.
Because the horse is named Friday, and then he lives on a horse named Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
I'll give you another one. A cowboy rides into town on Friday, stays 2 days, and leaves on Marcus. How is this possible?
Marcus must have been very generous.
Who is Marcus?
A good friend of his, I suppose.
What are you talking about?
He left on Marcus.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Perhaps it's the IQ gap.
I think my IQ is probably way higher than yours.
Why haven't you pursued something more intellectual?
I feel like this is as intellectual as it gets. Chess is for people who think they're intellectual. A real intellectual would pursue real things. Chess is for people who want to look like they're intellectual.
What do you consider yourself like?
Business, the man who makes money.
So for you, this is about money. It's about comedy. It's an art. How do you?
Not art. It's like business.
So this is purely a money-making endeavor.
Yes. Why are you moving away?
No, because he moved the mic.
Okay.
So, how's the money-making going?
It's going great.
Maybe
next year I'm on track to make $13 million.
And what's the majority of that from? Is it sponsors or endorsements?
Windows.
Bulletproof windows?
What is that? Why bulletproof? I didn't say anything like that.
Because these windows in here look so nice. I mean, are they custom or?
They came with the office. That was just there when I got this space.
Okay, amazing.
I didn't know you had such an intrigue on windows.
No, I just appreciate the finer things of life.
Are you the type of guy who would put a weight in your fish?
I actually did see that. I did see the weight of the fish.
The weight of the fish.
I don't like boats. I get quite nauseous on boats. So I'm not really into fish.
That has absolutely nothing to do with what I asked.
No, I couldn't. No, I couldn't imagine myself.
I'm saying because it's a cheating tactic to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Something you might be well versed in.
Unfortunately,
actually, you are. You did cheat in the online games. I can say that with a fact.
Yeah, when I was young and in irrelevant games with no money on the line.
Well, I didn't cheat in chess when I was 12 in irrelevant games with no money on the line. So technically,
Did you cheat on your homework in school?
I didn't do it.
Did you? Well, yeah. I guess you touche.
Yes. You weren't expecting that answer, huh?
I didn't expect this intellectual battleground.
Who's winning so far?
I think we can let the viewers decide.
Well, they're my viewers, so they're going to be very biased.
But yeah, I suppose they will be.
Outside of the fact that any of the ones who know you probably don't like you. Adding a double bias.
I disagree.
Double points for me. Do you have any friends?
Very few.
And why is that? Is it because you're so busy with chess, or is it because you probably have some form of autism?
The autism I've thought about.
Have you ever been tested?
Have you?
No.
Perhaps you can go get an autism test together.
I'm kidding. Of course I've been tested. They test you when you're a baby, and I didn't have anything.
Yeah, perhaps an extra checkup is...
Because autism is for people who have a messed up brain, and I don't have that.
I wouldn't say. I think it's an advantage. I think some types of autism are a great advantage.
If you want to feel less bad about eating a live cow, then maybe. But if you want to interact with people on a normal social level, then no.
Well, that's a spectrum. There are people, obviously, who are more socially isolated because of autism, but
yes,
it gives you unique abilities. Like, a lot of chess players are on the spectrum.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I asked that question about if you had any friends.
I have some friends, but mostly within chess, and I try to stay focused on competing.
Holy shit. Are you Rick from Rick and Morty? Can I get a picture?
Sure.
Yeah.
You got it, man. Great. Thanks. Who did he think you were?
Rick for Rick and Morty. It's flattering.
What's the relation there?
No idea.
Did you shove the beads up your ass to cheat, or was there another reason?
I've never used beads. I don't think
we don't
I'm
have
ever
to
gonna
go
try
over this
it.
again. Give me a break. Let's just interact with it like you did. Let's just say you did.
But why are you so obsessed with beads?
Why am I obsessed with it?
I
feel
think
like
that you keep asking about it,
because that's what you're known for.
but
I've seen
normal
you use that
people-
argument on everybody. You go, why are you obsessed with handmaids? It's like, because that's what you're known for.
Do you
Everybody's
really
gonna ask you
believe
about that.
that happened?
I think it's
You should look
possible.
in the camera and say, like, and then you can see if that's
So you
something.
can sue me.
No, but I wouldn't sue you. Don't worry,
Why?
because it seems like you have a great lawyer and manager who'd, fight those lawsuits pretty well.
I think he has a different way of handling legal troubles, but not one that's favorable towards you. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
But you and Magnus now are good friends.
Sure.
Have you spoken with him since on any personal level?
No.
And who do you think is a higher IQ between the two of you?
I would say myself.
Yes? Have you taken an IQ test?
I have actually.
And what did you get?
When I lived in the Netherlands, I took an IQ test to get into this school where you have to get a minimum score to get in,
Okay.
and I scored the highest possible, and then
The highest possible?
Yeah, so
That's probably the dumbest answer I've ever been given when somebody's lying about an IQ
Give me a
test.
second to explain. So basically, the highest they'll give you is a 145 plus, and then they'll estimate what the score.
As a
is
matter of fact,
above
that's actually
145.
the most awesome answer I've ever heard. What did you score on your IQ test? The highest possible.
Well, this school is well known in the Netherlands. It's called the Leonardo School, and you have to take an IQ test
After
to get in.
DiCaprio.
After Da Vinci.
Similar, so it's easy to
Similar impact in the world, but yeah, the score is basically
similar names.
Yeah,
Leonardo and then a D.
and contributions to the world. But yeah, that score was a 145 plus, and then they estimated it to be in the 180 range.
So why didn't you just open with 180?
Because that the highest official score is 145 plus, and then they estimate it past there, but they don't give cents.
Have you taken another?
And I took that test in Dutch, my second language.
Well, isn't it mostly about squares and stuff?
No, but there's also a speaking port.
Because when I took it a long time ago,
yeah.
I did it, and mind you, I was 11 years old, and I got I think it was a 260.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even have to have a therapist with me when I did it.
And well, you should start playing chess. Maybe I'll teach you.
Well, I feel like if
I
I
feel
have
like
a way
you'd
higher
really
IQ, I don't need you to teach me. I feel like I could get the hang of it pretty
well,
quick.
you could just start using beats, and you'll be great in no time.
No, but since I
That
have
seems
such a high IQ, I don't need to.
But considering how often you mention it, I think it's something that you're very passionate about.
I like the fact that you have this comeback.
You and
when
Piers Morgan,
No, I was
are
gonna
quite
say,
similar. Did you watch this Piers Morgan?
I
interview?
saw the interview, and you said you told him the same
But
thing
it's
as me.
a bit weird when you know it's not true. I understand.
No,
but it's a comedy show. It's a joke.
No, it's a business
funny.
show.
It's a business show.
But I like your comeback because you're telling people every time they ask you about it, you say it seems like you have an obsession
But
with
it's
it.
a bit. It's
But the funny part to me is that I'll probably never mention it again. But anytime anybody talks to you for the rest of your life, they'll probably be thinking about it.
Or they'll think about that I'm the world chess champion.
But that's not true. I
So
guess
it's a matter of time.
I doubt they're going to be thinking that you're the world chess underwater champion or whatever the hell you
No,
told
I
me
mean
about.
that's that's more of an exhibition title.
It's much more likely they're going to think about you shoving stuff up your ass.
Unfortunately, because of how the media is, that was a big story. But I personally,
Well, you can put it any way you like, but that's the reality.
to some degree, that's the unfortunate reality that was peddled by the media and unfortunately by Elon Musk. But I personally believe that when I become the world champion, one of the greatest chess players of all time, that my achievements will overshadow that. And obviously, as time goes on, people will realize that it was just a joke, and that the seriousness of my real achievements will outweigh the unfortunate.
There will
joke.
still be that blemish, even if you get what you like.
It's certainly, but the blemish I really had no control over. Everything kind of just spun out of control from Elon's tweet that.
You seem to be blaming Elon a lot. Did he do anything besides just make a tweet? But he just has such a large audience.
He has such a large audience that if it was from anyone else but him, no one would have taken it seriously to that degree. So yeah, generally I'm a big fan of Elon Musk.
You like Elon?
Yeah. Other than that,
He's actually, I agree. He's extremely cool, and he's not a liar, and he's extremely good at Diablo and Path of Exile too.
yeah, the Diablo is a bit controversial. You think he paid someone to boost his accounts?
It's like asking if you put that stuff in your ass.
Yeah, that I disagree with, but he does do, has a great positive impact in the world, don't you think? Don't you think he's developing humanity?
Maybe in some ways, but not by. I don't think he really cares to help humanity. I don't really think that's his ultimate goal.
Well, I think Neuralink has, is a very positive thing from.
I completely agree, actually. I think the idea of being able to control those worthless people and get them start working time, let's have it do it.
But don't you, for example, one of the first Neuralink patient was able to play chess with his mind.
See, that's worthless. How about he
You
picks
think?
up pieces of wood and starts putting houses together?
Well, that's why he has the robots he's making. What are they called again? Yeah, he has this new robot company. But yeah,
then why does he need to make Neuralink?
No,
Seems
I
like
agree.
one or the other.
I agree. Some of the AI stuff is a bit scary, but generally, I think he's a net positive for humanity.
If women are truly as smart as men, why are there no women currently rated in the top 100 chess players?
I would say that there are less women who play chess, and
Can't be that much of a difference, like 1 per 100. There's no way.
the thing is when you have separation between men and women sports, there's less of an incentive for the women to, let's say, the number one, let's say the best chess player of all time was Judith Polgar, and she was actually number 6 in the world competing with men. And
She was probably cheating.
definitely not.
She got that high up and it was a woman, it's for sure, actually.
Well, she was raised in a very special way. Her 3 sisters were very talented, and her father was a psychologist. There's actually a Netflix documentary about her called The Queen of Chess. Perhaps you and her share the same 260 IQ. But I would,
I don't have a 260 IQ.
sorry, 280? Or did
I have the highest possible.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be a good clip. That'll be funny. But in terms of women's chess, I mean, a lot of sports there's usually a difference, but in chess particularly, there's far less women.
Their
who
brain
can do-
can't handle knowing that there's so many pieces and a lot of the pieces have different move sets.
I would say it's
Their
more.
brains start to go, ah!
Yeah, I would say more that it's because if you were the number 1 women's player and the women's world champion, you don't have much motivation to push farther than that because
Why?
you have
You know there's no chance.
No, because you have sponsorship. You have, I mean, if men and boys and girls are in different sections for youth tournaments, like the under 18 world championship, there's different sections. So I think, and you also have women's titles. So there's a woman grandmaster, there's a woman international master. So if you remove some of the separation, and you,
It's interesting they have to separate it.
well, most sports are separated, right? But chess
But
being
most sports are physical.
yeah, chess is obviously not as physical, but there are some aspects.
It's not
which,
physical at all.
I mean, playing chess for
I
6,
guess
7
maybe
hours.
you'll play worse if you just ate a bunch of shit and you have a headache.
I
but-
would say, if you're overweight and you're not in good shape, your brain doesn't.
No,
you
that's
don't have as much
exactly what I
energy.
just said.
Yeah,
But I feel like it's a lot less of a factor than basketball.
obviously not as much as the typical physical sport, but people who are healthy, a healthy brain is healthy, and a healthy body is a healthy mind. So I would say that you
Is
shouldn't.
that proven? I think that's just so that
Definitely.
you have to
No,
pay to
it's-
see the doctor. Otherwise, they'll be out of a job.
No. I mean, people who mental and physical performance are closely tied.
I knew a guy,
It's
he had
natural
one of
thing.
those warts on his hand or whatever it's called. That thing where there's a huge bump and it's bleeding all the time. And the doctor said he had cancer and that he will die if he doesn't have his surgery immediately. But the guy actually was able to take it off himself and save himself hundreds of thousands, if not close to $1 million.
That's great for him. No, I agree. Some of the doctors want to scam you. A lot
And the
of
guy died
healthcare-
immediately after.
and that's when you're friends.
Not anymore. He died. Horribly, painfully. Screaming in agony.
Okay.
His
I'm
last words were, I should have went to the doctor.
gonna assume that's a joke.
No, not at all.
What was his name?
Do you have trouble telling if things are a
What
joke
was
because
his
you have
name?
some form of autism?
No. It's just I assume everything is a joke because of how the context of this podcast.
Because of how you were raised. Because in the beginning you assumed everything wasn't a joke, so now you're all
no,
going in the
I would
opposite
say actually
direction.
if you maybe you have another podcast with other chess players, you'll find that among chess players I'm actually normal on that scale.
Yeah, because you're not really a chess player. You're a normal guy who is able to figure out the best way to cheating. So you're really just
Yeah.
like a normal guy like me, but I'm really actually like the highest possible.
I don't think I can fist bump.
You wouldn't
that.
fist bump on that? You're fucking shutting me down? Are you pro-choice, pro-life, or pro-abortion?
Don't they contradict each other?
Which one of those?
Pro-choice and pro-abortion are the same thing, no?
Pro-choice
not
is
in-
giving the woman the choice. Pro-abortion is making a mandatory abortions.
I think the gift of human life is a beautiful thing and it should be encouraged.
So you're pro-life?
I think that it's having children is a blessing.
But if
and
somebody has unfavorable genetics, then maybe
I wouldn't be in favor. I don't think anyone is in favor of eugenics.
I'm in favor of eugenics. Is it illegal still or no?
In most of the world, I would assume it's illegal. Perhaps in some less developed countries it is, but
Well, the less developed countries probably just haven't thought about it yet because they're concerned with like growing a tree. But in developed countries,
I mean, yeah, some less developed countries have more flexible laws and maybe dictatorships are more corrupt.
well, they just don't have any laws at all, really.
Yeah, sure, you could.
In
say
like
that.
Somalia, the focus is if the lemon, if you eat it, if you'll end up like Eve.
Well, yeah, I mean, not everywhere in the world is as lucky to be as developed as America.
It's not a luck thing. It's basically eugenics if you think about it.
I wouldn't say that.
I would say that.
This is quite the political podcast.
You wanted to get into politics yet. I'm saying a bunch of stuff and you won't give any opinion. You're
Well-
like barely signaling. You're like, I'm sort of pro-life, but I won't give a take on it. But I want to talk about politics, but you won't say anything.
I mean, that was mainly because of your sort of the ratio question really caught me off guard. That was quite the opening.
Similar to the question I just asked about women, do you think the average chess player could beat a WNBA player at basketball?
Chess players are incredibly unathletic.
Okay, but I'm talking about WNBA.
No.
No?
No.
I think they should set that up. I think that would actually be a very interesting match.
But yeah, probably the best high school men's basketball team in the country would beat the NBA.
Well,
More
that's
than
not
every
even a
team.
relatively serious question. Everybody knows how that would go.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The one of the lesser five-star high school male basketball players has probably done more dunks in a game than in WNBA history.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So what about chess players like you? Because you actually don't seem horribly unathletic.
Maybe.
Seem like a little less than the average guy, athleticism-wise.
Yeah, if I spend a lot of time, maybe I could kind of fit in.
No, right now, like obviously.
I actually just played basketball in Paris, and like a pickup basketball game, and it went pretty well. But I'm not too confident in myself.
You know, despite all the nasty things I said about you so far, and that being my general opinion, I will disagree with you here. I think it would go well for you.
Thank you.
How many points do you need to become a Grand Wizard?
Of Clash of Clans?
No, of chess.
Clash Royale?
No, chess.
What's chess?
I don't get the joke you're doing here. You're pretending not to know what chess
Personally,
is?
I'm a Grand Wizard of Clash Royale, so I can say that I reached about.
You're no Grand
6,000
Wizard.
I'm the Grand. I reached about 6,000 trophies in Clash Royale, which I think makes me a Grand Wizard.
A Grand Wizard wouldn't be thrown off by a racial question.
The Grand Wizard of Oz, or the Grand Wizard of Compton.
chess.
Of Compton.
I don't think there's Grand Wizards in Compton. I think ideally they would like no Compton.
You don't like Compton? They produce such great athletes like Serena Williams and Venus Williams.
I don't even believe in them. Are they real? But going back to what I said, how many points to become a Grand Wizard?
You have to reach 2,500 points.
So right now, what is it? Is Magnus, what is he, the ultimate wizard, ultimate Grand Wizard?
It's
He
called.
gets to walk around in the robe?
No, but that's a good idea. I'll suggest that. to
What would
them.
happen if he did that? Would they disqualify him?
There is a dress code, actually.
So if he showed up in a KKK outfit, he would be disqualified.
Depends on the country.
I don't know.
In
France?
America, definitely.
Okay, America, it's obvious because that's where it's formed.
Mhm.
But like in France, what would they do?
Considering this wet cloth, like it seems like this is your KKK outfit.
No. I'm not a racist.
Then
This
why
is-
do you have this white cloth? What do you use this for?
This is a green screen. You
No,
thinking the actual episode is just gonna be white cloths?
but it seems like you
It's
would
gonna
take
be like
this.
flying dragons in space.
I felt like you would put the white cloth over your head and you'd have a great outfit for your next.
I get it.
event.
It's the KKK thing. It's what I was saying about Magnus. Oh, fucking.
Would you consider yourself a comedian?
No, business.
Business?
Do you think Longneck would be able to beat you in chess if his brain was multiplied by 50, but not in a metaphorical way? He literally has 50 brains somehow connected to his body that are somehow working. Would he be able to beat you then?
Who's Longneck?
The
Rick and Morty guy?
that was...
Oh, the long
You're
neck,
the Rick and Morty guy.
The famous guy with the super long neck
Yes.
on social media. I think I've seen him.
So
I
he has 50 brains, but they're all the same level
I
brain as
think
him.
we should have Neuralink copy his brain 50 times and test it out.
Isn't that actually a good way of cheating at chess in the future? A Neuralink?
In theory, yeah, it might be a concern.
Is that actually a real concern? Has anybody ever considered that, or did I just come up with a revolutionary concern?
I've seen people make jokes about it before, but I think that I don't know. Chess players are very paranoid about everything, so I feel like they'd be worried that it would mess with their mind. Like a lot of chess players don't drink.
Yeah.
I think almost no chess players do any drugs. They're very conscious of not trying to mess.
When
up
we're
their
done
brain.
filming in a second, because I have to film with Longneck. He's my next guest coming in like 2 minutes.
Long neck.
Yeah, you'll meet him in the hallway, on the way out of here. When we're done filming, will you reveal to me how you did it? Or is that something
I'll
you're taking
tell
to your
you. I'll tell you
deathbed?
the truth, which is
I
that
get
I
it. We're
didn't
still
do it.
filming, but like once we're outside.
I recommend everyone watch a Netflix documentary and decide for themselves.
Is that a self-promo or is that a promo for Netflix? I can't tell whether to bleep it or not.
It's a promo for Netflix.
I'll think about it. I'll decide in post. Well, that's it. I have to film with Longneck now. But thanks for coming on.
expected it.